Right, hello there again. This must be at least 4 or 5 videos I've made today so far. But anyhow, I've got so much to say. Right, it's about listening to that whole entire LP all the way through if you start to finish without skipping a song. It was a tiny, tiny, tiny little bit better than I thought it would be. But. Child actor was a really weird song. Don't understand what that means because he was never a child actor, but it doesn't matter. He's probably just talking about a friend. Right, anyway, but asking for a friend, the very last song on side B is the best song by a country mile, and if anyone else disagrees, then you're technically right but technically wrong. Technically right because that's your own opinion, but technically wrong because it's the one that you can. Well, no, I was going to say relate to, but I suppose everyone can relate to it if you know what I'm on about. But what I mean is that it's the easiest one to learn the lyrics to the quickest. Anyway, but the highlights are definitely Cotton and Echo, Unconditional, technically your favourite toy, even though I'm still not completely convinced the way that Dave Grohl's vocals sound on that song. Wait there, I need to have a look at the bit because it's covered up a bit. Anyway, on that, it's Amen, Cav, Cavemen, Caveman. So far, the weirdest song by a country mile. Aye, because it makes no sense whatsoever. Listening to it first time, it doesn't make sense. Definitely doesn't to me anyway. But anyhow, of all people, that's a good song, but it's very, very, very short. But it's short, sweet, and straight to the point, I think. Well, I suppose. Split Shine, that was like a bit off there when I first heard it. But then, as soon as number 7 came on, and for some reason, it goes 1, 2, wait, there's 10. Aye, so there's 5 each side, right? And they go like for 1 to 5 down there, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But then when 7 came on inside B, I was like, off like that. Like it took me back a wee bit because of the impact it made me go like that. Aye, it really did. So that was a good one. But the last song on side A could easily, very, very quickly be my second best song. Even though lyrically it will always be asking for a friend, and then for sheer utter impact, how the song start to finish just hits you, Cotton and Echo. But every time I hear that, every time he says echo, I think to myself, echo, silence, patience, and grace. And then every single time I hear the last song on side B, asking for a friend, I just think, like, either Taylor Hawkins R.I.P. or, or, I, the guy Nirvana, uh, Kurt Cobain R.I.P. Aye, so it makes me think of they two that were his closest friends and he was in a band with. But it also, I don't know why, but always reminds me a side B, no, the In Your Honor album, double album, the sort of like acoustic ballad side, the slower side, Friend for a Friend. Right, so as I was saying, asking for a friend reminds me of a friend of a friend, just because it's got friend in it, and it was Dave Grohl on both songs. But anyhow, definitely, Cotton and Echo, Split Shine, of all people, unconditional, if that's how you say it, and then your favourite toy, If You Only Knew and Asking for a Friend are the best songs and the highlights. Child Actor's far too weird because I don't know what he's singing about. And Amen Carve Man or Caveman is going to take at least another 2 or 3 proper listens to understand them. And Child Actor is very strange. Definitely the strangest and the weirdest and the most question mark song that follows the album. I mean, basically, and in Evanescence, the whole entire flow of the album is alright, little tiny bit better than I thought it would be. Certain songs are better than others, and Window, but I'll have to listen to it again because I can't remember how it goes, and I've just listened to it, but I can't remember. Oh God, what other one? Oh my god, that's it. Your favourite toy. Your favourite toy, Window, and maybe one other one. I'm just not properly full on convinced the sheer and utter impact how Dave Grohl's vocals were recorded. Because as I said in the previous video, Your Favourite Toy, it definitely sounds like you're hearing it live, but through like a wall or a door. Aye, but apart from that, it's alright. But there was I like in Caught in an Echo how that like it builds up or slows down a wee bit, and then towards the end it just like crescendos and like bursts like a balloon, or like when like that. Aye, and then I suppose I quite like the sheer and utter impact. Just how like Your Favourite Toy is, even though it's taken me a while to get used to the vocals. But of all people, which is one of their no, what's it, their least longest song, so their shortest song, that's what I meant. Aye, their shortest song. I like the impact of that though, how it's just short and sweet and straight to the point. And then there's one song, it might be Unconditional, Child Actor, or Caveman. The sheer and utter impact, the way that the drums and the bass was like recorded, it's like oft. So 2 songs right away made me go, oh, oft, and then made me go like that. One made me stop in my tracks because of the underlying bass sound. Asking for a Friend stops me in my tracks because of the lyrics, and then the sheer and utter impact when they get to the chorus. And it's the most easiest song to connect with, and the easiest one to understand and sing along to more easily and quicker. And also, but I can't wait to hear again, of all people, Split, Shine, and Unconditional, because they're the 3 surprises on the album. And the weirdest, I'll always say that no matter how many times I talk about it, think about it, or listen to it, Child Actor and Amen, Caveman, that is their weirdest song title, but by a country mile, even if they make another 1,000 albums, this will be probably one of my least favourite album artworks and least favourite LP names. Your Favourite Toy. It would be so much better if I called the album Caught in an Echo, because that's what it feels like when you're listening to it. Or it would be... No, I was going to say it would be cool if they called it Hard, Fast and Direct, because there's Caught in an Echo is Hard, Fast and Direct. Anyway, I would want that to be my slogan. Hard, Fast and Direct. Right, anyway, tatty bye.